Yeah.
Guess I'm gonna just start because I don't know what to say. So, hey, Happy New Year! Happy birthday if it's your birthday. It's all the birthday people out there. I had a birthday. I was supposed to record it, and I didn't because I was living in the moment. And so, hope you enjoyed that Christmas special. I know you're looking at the screen, wondering what's going on. So, let me just explain that. So, let's just go with the slideshow. Let me explain. So, and you can see it in my glasses. You can see it in my glasses. So, this is my plan for 2026. You know, people have their resolutions and stuff. But instead of a resolution, I got a plan. Is that redundant? I'll find out later when I look it up. I honestly can't low-key remember what's in this slideshow right now. I made it like starting December or starting early January. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I'ma just read and go with the flow. Let's go. Oh, okay, so this section is YouTube. Girl, get that cursor out the way. This section is YouTube, so my plans for YouTube. Let me keep the mic down here. Hello? My plans for YouTube. So, I mean, hey, that's what it is. That's exactly, what I said is what it's gonna be. It's my plans for YouTube. SlideShow Saturdays. So, I came up with and you know what's crazy? This is a slideshow on a Saturday. SlideShow Saturdays is just a random idea I had where it was like, I'm not gonna say every Saturday, but some Saturdays I might just get on here and present a stupid slideshow that I made. Like, my theme for my birthday party was PowerPoints, and everybody presented stuff. One of my friends convinced everybody that all celebrities were clones. I made a slideshow about things I don't like. I might make a video about that. And I might even make a video pitching my idea of a new brand of pickles called $1 Million Dills. And I got that idea. You know what? Never mind. I'll save that for SlideShow Saturdays, and you'll get to hear about the $1 Million Dills that day. And also, I'll maybe pitch the idea of my meme website where you can look up any meme. There is no website where you can look up the meme you're looking for and get it and download it for free. But like, when I'm looking for a meme, I gotta go on Instagram and look for it on Twitter, and I don't even have Twitter anymore. So it's like, man, I don't want to have to do all that searching. I wish I could just go to findthatmeme.com and freaking look it up and get it. So, yeah. Next. Oh, Haley's Adventure Vlogs will be making a return. It will be getting 2 new installments. Maybe 2. We're still not sure about that second one. But the first one will be revealed to you as the slideshow goes on, because it has to do with what's in the slideshow. And so will the second one. But just know, Haley's Adventure Vlogs will be getting 2 new installments. You haven't gotten one of those since summer last year. And that's when you're gonna get them again. Crazy enough. No. I just lied again. How I said I'm not gonna lie and I just lied. But I'm gonna tell you if I lied. Wednesday walks. That is also something different I came up with. Wednesday walks are going to be weekly. I lied. Videos that I will post every Wednesday if possible. That's why I lied. I'm probably not gonna... Let me just finish reading everything. Which is just me walking and talking. Basically, with little to no editing, So if there's no, why am I scratching my chin? Stop. If there's no video that month of like, I don't know, a vlog or a game I played, sorry I hit the microphone, anything, then you'll know that you'll get a Wednesday walk. And so every video will consist of a topic for me to talk about so that I don't yap the world into oblivion. Because if I don't have something specific to talk about, I'm gonna just go left and right and around the bend. Pull up on that black and Nuda. Hey. Next. Can you read that? Acquire new cam and mic. Let me just read it. Okay, I don't know what this section is supposed to be called. Maybe I'll call it like life development. And that's why, you know, because like her life is so great and prosperous and abundance that she has butterflies flying around her. You make me delirious. Finally get my driver's license. I can't drive. Also, crazy lore drop. There's a bullet point here that says type 1 diabetic. I'll get to that in a moment here. I already acquired my non-drivers. Y'all, I'm not gonna show it to you, of course, but yeah, I got that before I turned 19. So I got it. Like what? I just blanked. I got it December. I got it in December. Because I was about to turn 19. It's like, bro, you don't have an ID. So, yeah. And I don't have one because, well, I could have got one beforehand, but I didn't. And now there's a bit of an obstacle in the way. I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, y'all. What? That happened when I was 17. And so, you know, like the last bullet says, everything was happening at the same time. And so I was not thinking about learning to drive and getting a license. And the thing with having this, it's classified as a chronic illness. So in order for me to get a license, I have to have doctor's approval showing that I manage it well and that I'm not a danger to everyone else on the road. If it doesn't give that, then they're like, girl, we're not putting you out there. We're not putting you out there so you pass out behind the wheel and then like we don't want that happening. So I mean, I manage it very well. I'm confident that I'll be able to get it whenever I do. But the thing is, I currently don't have a doctor, period, at all. I don't have any doctors. So, have to first get the primary. Then I gotta get the endocrinologist. And then I'll be able to get that. It's like, y'all, what's really going on out here? It's too much. But yeah, but that's gonna happen this year. Get the tattoos that I planned on getting. So, the deal with that. Summer of last year, I had a plan to get tattoos that represented things and people that meant a lot to me in the forms of doodles. My brother probably is still not very supportive of this idea. My other one is though, and so are my parents and everyone else. So I don't know, maybe he just but anyway, I like silly little doodles. I love little silly doodles. And so like what better way to do that than in that form? And I have everything drawn out and ready, but like it says, I ended up not getting them. So maybe I'll do that this year. Currently 12 in total, but like I said, I'm open to adding a few more. One big one will go on my left forearm. Oh yes, me and one of my friends have an agreement that we will get matching ones, and it will, I don't know how big it'll be, but like it'll go like there. Man, I look like I don't get outside and I don't eat. You see that? Power to the people! Anyway, yeah. And the doodles are gonna go on this arm over here. Reading. Yeah, I don't read. Well, I do. But I don't read. And I would like to get into reading. So I made a list of books that would maybe help me get into reading. So first we have Semi Well Adjusted by Allison Stoner. I have heard Allison Stoner talking about that on Instagram, and the book, I was very interested in the story being told there, so maybe I'll get that book and read it. Very interested in it. The Laws of Human Nature. I was recommended that one by my eldest brother. So, hey, I will read that. I was going to say I don't know what it's about. Maybe look at the title. Maybe you'll find out what it's about. So, second, It. I've seen the movies and the show, but I want to see like how different the book is from the shows and movies and stuff. Coraline, same thing, seen the movie, but I've heard that the book is much darker than the movie, and I was interested, like, how dark? What do you mean? Hansel and Gretel by Stephen King. Y'all, he dropped that, and I didn't know that at all. So I looked it up because I was interested, and I saw the illustrations in that book, and I was like, man, I have got to get a hold of that and literally just get it just to look at the pictures, because I like to look at well done pictures, you know, who doesn't? So The Snowy Day. If you were a youngster like me, you might remember The Snowy Day. It's an old children's book, and I was scrolling through something one day and I saw it and I was like, wow, I remember that. The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. I don't know about that one. Look it up and see what it is. I'm not. But yeah. And one of Michael Jackson's books. It dawned upon me that Michael Jackson has a lot of books, and I would like to read one of them. Books that I've already read that I remember. I've read many books in my lifetime, but these are the only ones I can recall, probably because I was actually interested in what I was reading. We got The Shining, The Red Dragon, Holes, Outsiders, Anne Frank, The Diary of Anne Frank, Hunger Games, the first one, Dear Martin, The Poet X, and Just Mercy. Mind you, if you notice, all of these have classes next to them in parentheses, meaning these were all school requirements, except for Holes. And I want to read something that's not for school. Like, can we read without it being an assignment? Anyway, next. Oh, do research to find out what my skin needs. We're in a bit of a confusing time here. You might be able to see all the acne scars and stuff on my face because Apple likes to have the settings to where it enhances all of that, and I just love that it does that. It's so great. It looks even worse, even better on FaceTime, and I just love that setting a lot. So anyway, it's currently winter still, and so, skin's dry, the acne pulling up, I got eczema, it's just not the best. I was going to a dermatologist, but it was really expensive for mother, and when I realized that, I was like, bro, I don't have to go to the dermatologist, we don't have to go, so you can just go ahead and cancel it. But anyway, based off my research, you can see all the things. I kind of don't want to read that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm gonna read it. Because what? Let's read. Anyway, we need things that are fragrance free, products that are approved by the National Eczema Association. CeraVe products are cool. Have a lot of CeraVe products. La Roche-Posay is fine. And I know about La Roche-Posay. And I might even tap into the Korean side of things. The South Korean skincare, they got it down. They know what they're doing. So, might have to look into that. Oh, okay. Might look into whatever the heck calisthenics is. I'm not doing that, y'all. I'm not doing calisthenics. Adult, well, I am an adult. Older adult me might, but I'm not doing that. Like, what? Anyway, I do archery. Not professional, not in a club, literally at my house, shooting into the garage with a target. So I will continue that. I haven't been able to do it right now because there's a broken down car in the garage and my target is trapped behind it. So when I get my license, I'll be able to, hopefully the car's fixed before then, but I'll be able to drive myself to the range cause I can. And so that would be nice. Fun and whimsy. We're missing fun and whimsy. There's a stink bug in the corner of my room. Like, winter just brings stink bugs and ladybugs, and I just don't. Like, what's your deal? And you know what's crazy? I vacuumed them up with, like, the vacuum hose. I just moved the vacuum back downstairs because, you know, I didn't need it up here anymore. And the moment I did, I mean, that's just insane. So I'm gonna sit a bit over here because I'm a little frightened that he might fall on me, which hopefully he won't. But yeah, anyway, fun and whimsy. A lot of people need a lot more fun and whimsy in their lives. You know, that's why a lot of the time I just get lit about things for no reason. Because you're gonna stay sad if you... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, people be for real when they say it's the little things in life. Sometimes, you know, it's quiet and I just go, hey, it's lit, turn up. What am I lit about? What am I turning up about? I don't know, but I'm lit. Turn up. Anyway, next. You might at some point be able to see him going by. I think that there used to be one that did laps around my roof for no reason. Ceiling. This isn't happening. I already know right now that that's not happening, but hey. Attend the BTS tour in the summer or fall. You can pause and read all of that for yourself. You really don't have to. I could have laid this out on paper, but instead I put it all into a slide. All of that on that slide was to say that my prediction, you know, this bottom left square, ignore all of that. My prediction was that BTS would release their album. Oh, look, there he is. Look at him crawling up there. You see that? Would release their album in March. We know this already. The tour would get announced in April or May. And then the summer tour would begin not before they release something else as a surprise, though. And I said, would they go to Atlanta again? Time would tell. And I say again because in 2020, when I became a fan, I got tickets to the tour that they were going to go on. But of course, that Corona pulled up. And it got canceled. So never went to that. Never been to a concert in my life. That would have been my first one. So I don't know if you want to count band concerts. But yeah, so all that prediction was wrong. And they ended up doing everything out of which I predicted. So they announced the tour this month. They actually announced it 3 days ago. They announced it last week. They announced it last week, and the schedule dropped 3 days ago. And the tickets will go on sale next week as well. So that is just crazy. And all of that from whenever this video drops, I mean. And so I was right about, though, the album dropping the month before the tour began. I got that right. And I was wrong about the season that it would start in. So, hey, that's crazy. But hey, I was slightly right. So, currently, my plan is to try and get tickets to the Tampa tour concert. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. Low-key speaking it into existence that I already have them. I have the tickets. College! This is the last section of the slideshow. I have been at home on a gap year, of course, since graduating high school. I was really tired of schooling. I was so done with it all. I was like, bro, school was fun, but I'm kind of done for a while. And you know what? If you want to take a gap year, hey, do it. Do it. And if you don't go to college, that's fine as well. It's not for everyone. Current timeline. January. Oh yes, I'm trying to go to art school, mind you. January plan was to finish up the portfolio. February, we were going to apply to the schools. Big gap of time there. In August, of course, start school. Let me just tell you, we're ahead of schedule. I have applied to all the schools, and of course, in order to have done that, I had to have finished my portfolio. So it's January and we're ahead of schedule. So that is good. Currently for February, to replace apply to schools with tour a school. I currently have a college tour set up for February, which you'll find out about that later in the slideshow. So, and the August plan is still the same. So I was thinking like maybe I'm gonna do a possible applied portfolio vid. I mean, accepted portfolio, reject, even if it get rejected, I don't know. Hey, you never know. I'm gonna just do a portfolio vid, no matter. Hey, no matter. And also, low-key, I've already been accepted to one. Yes, my goal. Let me move on, because I'm yapping. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I have bullet points and I'm still yapping. Anyway, what's my goal here? My goal is to major in illustration. You know what? We'll do this. Pause that and read that. And minor in sculpting. I won't be able to. All the schools I applied to don't have a sculpting minor. A school that I was going to apply to did, but I ended up not applying to that one for, circumstances and reasons and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm gonna change that minor and, I don't know, figure out maybe something even better. So, yeah, my point of going to art school is to, of course, better my skills and illustration abilities, which, of course, that's what people are going there for. But, I mean that I want to learn more discipline. I don't have any discipline when it comes to creating. I will say I'm going to do something, but I don't, because I have no real deadline. There's no real stakes here, and so I don't do it. I completed my portfolio because I knew it had to be done in order to apply to the schools, and so that is why I got that finished. Otherwise, if somebody said, hey, draw this for fun, I would probably do it, but it would take some time for me to get to it. Like, come on, let's get to percolating. But anyway, I'm seeking more critique from people other than my family. I, of course, had critique on my portfolio from people other than my family. But it's better to get critique from not your family, because there's a bias there. Even if there isn't. Like my dad, I'm not gonna lie, he was like, well, actually, the bag, I feel like the bag on that could be like this. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right, Dad. But also, they weren't giving me what I needed to hear, like from someone who does what I'm trying to do. And so, yeah. I also need to read, because as you can see, my vocabulary has depleted greatly. That's why I'm explaining the best way that I can. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, also going to get that push to better myself, because I'm surrounded by people that are better than me. You will go to that school and you will see people who you think are from the darn Renaissance era with the way that they create. But that will only push you to become better. Hopefully you're not, why am I saying you're doing it? Hey, you're doing it. So hopefully you don't go there and you're like, oh, I suck, I shouldn't be here at all. No, you need to be like, dang, that's good. Let me try to make something better than that. But still, that's true to me and what I like to do. So yeah. Anyway, back to the goals. I would like to work in special effects or puppetry. In high school, I was in the special effects academy for like 1 year. And it was the best experience ever. It was a blast. I was changed. And so I was like, man, if I had to do that for the rest of my life, I would enjoy it greatly. But once again, there's probably a lot of spelling errors here. I typed all of this without my glasses. So, but as I said, I'm happy and willing to go where the wind takes me. So yeah, if I end up just doing a full illustration career, that's okay. If I end up going into special effects, that's amazing. If it doesn't happen through art school itself, that is also fine. If it takes multiple years to get there, girl, ride like the wind. Oh yes, the schools that I've applied to. The Maryland Institute College of Art. I'll be honest, that is a very unnatural flow of words, and that's why we're gonna call it Micah from here on out. So yeah, oh, at the bottom there, touring here in February. That's where I'm going for the college tour. I'm going to Baltimore on February, and it's in my phone, so I forgot, but basically like the beginning of February. So yeah, I'm really interested in the school. I like the idea of their first year experience program. Look it up and read it for the people. Why the freak did I write that? Okay, I'm just gonna read this right here. Micah's first year experience program is a foundation level exploratory art and design program that supports the diversity of our community, the discovery of various learning pathways, and student curiosity. And, you know, there's a lot more. You can pause and read that if you'd like to. There was a point over here on the slideshow about the Make Cool Stuff Lab. I really liked this. I really like the idea of that, and I was like, I'm very interested to see what that's about when I go to the tour. Here's some pictures of it. Unfortunately, the other schools will not be getting pictures, girl. Because to swap back and forth between slideshow, hello, I'll be honest, I'm kind of not doing that. So, yeah. Anyway, we as a society, as a society, have to better our vocabulary. But yeah, that's all you got? That's all you got? Ums and buts? Stop with the filler words and put out well put together sentences and coherent thoughts. Anyway, so yeah. Baltimore's a good location because it's close to my aunt in the DMV area. She lives up in there, and so I'd be still close to family from where I live. Oh yeah, over here it's 11 hours from where I live. Yart. Oh yeah, and you see that last bullet point at the bottom. I don't know if that's true still. They were emailing me about it a while ago, but I don't know if it's still true, because I don't know if it was like I was supposed to apply at a certain point in time in order to get that, but hey, we'll find out. Shablam! What's next? The Otis College of Art and Design. That is all the way in Los Angeles. That is 30 hours from where I live. They also have a first year program, and I will say you will notice that the quality of the slides start to deplete. It's because I remember I was falling asleep while making this, so it started to become very lackluster. But anyway, they also have a first year program, and I liked that. It's a very ideal location in terms of wanting to get into special effects. You know, you're in that area. But don't be dismayed, if that's the word. You can get into special effects anywhere else within the United States, as far as I know, because of course I'm in the United States. States. The States. So, yeah, like I know in Nashville, I forgot the name of the company, but all the robotics, all the animatronics that you see at Universal, a lot of it's done at this workshop in Nashville. There is Jim Henson's, y'all. Jim Henson and them. They're in Atlanta. I toured there as well as a part of a special effects field trip. And that is part of why I was like, this is super freaking awesome. But yeah, you never know. And also, I don't know if it counts as special effects. I don't think it does. But the stop motion company, Leica, they're in Oregon. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't think you have to go somewhere crazy in order to get somewhere, because the things that you love most are probably being made somewhere that you wouldn't even think. But yeah, you said, so why am I going here? Because I like the school. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you on me? What's going on? Anyway, they also don't have a sculpting minor. We established that. Speaking of Nashville, Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. That is 2 to 3 hours from where I'm from. So it is very close to home. The campus was beautiful. Toured there, forgot which year, with my mom, cousin, and auntie. And we were like, man, this school's great. They have the illustration major, of course. I didn't check to see if they have a sculpting minor. I don't think they did. I do not think they did. But yeah, so this is my safety school. This is for, like, if you want that, you know, I guess stereotypical college experience, you know, the university type deal. Not the partying part. I'll be honest, I ain't partying. I'm not partying. But, like, you know, all of that, bruh. All of that. The clubs, and I know Otis does that. I looked into that. That's why I was also messing with Otis. But yeah, I was going to tour Otis, but I ended up canceling it to save money for my family, because it would have been such a short time to try and make money again to go there. So, yeah. Is that it? That's it. So that's all I have. Yeah. That's it, really. Hopefully you know, enjoyed the slideshow, really. Hopefully you got some inspiration from anything that I said. Maybe you'll make a slideshow yourself. Month's not over yet. You can go ahead and make a slideshow for real. So yeah, that was it, bruh. That's all I got. So I don't have I always say I don't have a way to do the outro. Maybe that's gonna be the outro. I don't have a way to end this. So that's it. Sorry for the glare of my glasses the whole time. I didn't know how to fix that. It cost a lot to want to see. So, hey, just think about that. The freaking thing just flew over here. It's about to die. Pray for him, because I'm about to unleash the hurts on him.